got various different boosters to open. So we've got 3 draft packs, a set booster, and then I've managed to get a hold of 2 of the treasure trove box toppers. So I've just got back from doing a draft at my local game store, where I was very fortunate to have come first in the tournament. So I actually won these boosters for coming first. So very over the moon about that. I ended up drafting blue-white gnomes, which I really didn't think was going to do as well as it did. The craft mechanic is a lot better than I thought it was. I thought the draft format was going to be all about descend and descending, but yeah, no, the craft mechanic actually works out really well, and there's a lot of utility artifacts that you just don't think are going to be good, and then when you start playing with them, it's a lot of value. So, but yeah, so I ended up playing in a 10-player tournament for draft, and came out on top. I won 2 and draw 1 game, and yeah, that put me at the first out of 10. So really great event, really great day. The draft format for Ixalan seems really good. There doesn't seem to be really a weak archetype, except for maybe Explore. Explore didn't seem super strong, but all of the other archetypes were really good. So so I think we're going to leave these till the end. We'll leave the 2 treasure troves till the end, and I might actually just do it in order of value. So I'll start off with the draft boosters. We won't go through every card, but I might point out some of the cards that I drafted if they pop up. So this is the first draft pack, and we have Envoy of Ixalan, which I'm probably pronouncing wrong there. Is this focusing properly? Doesn't seem to be. Hang on 2 seconds, I'll just try and get this to focus. There we go. So Envoy of Ixalan, Ray of Ruin, which is a really good card in the draft format. 5 mana to exile something in black is pretty decent, and you also get a scry as well. Nurturing Bristleback, Plundering Pirate, another pretty decent card as well. It's a 3/2 pirate for 3 mana that when it enters you create a treasure token. Song of Stupefaction. I had this in my deck. Not removal as such, but it does help you deal with a creature. So it's 1 and a blue for an aura, and you enchant a creature or vehicle. When it enters the battlefield, you may mill 2 cards. And it has enchanted permanent gets -X, -0, where X is the number of permanent cards in your graveyard. So it doesn't necessarily remove the creature, but it definitely does get rid of a strong attacker or blocker or something along those lines. Mephetic Draft. Walk with the Ancestors. Family Reunion. Compass Gnome. A lot lot of people were having this in their deck to help with mana fixing and the like. So it's a 2-mana, 2/1 gnome artifact creature that when it enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a basic land or cave card, reveal it, and shuffle your library and then put it on top. So, yeah, a lot of people were using this common to fix some mana issues. Caslim's Stone Tree. Eaten by piranhas. Soul Coil Viper. Oh, and then we've got a full art Rampaging Ceratops. It's a 4 and a red for a 5/4 dinosaur. It can't be blocked except by 3 or more creatures. So again, that was another bit of a powerhouse of a card there in the draft format. And then we've got Inti Sense Chow of the Sun. 1 and a red for a 2/2 human knight. Whenever you attack, you may discard a card. When you do, put a +1/+1 counter on target attacking creature. It gains Ramble until end of turn. And whenever you discard 1 or more cards, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card until your next turn. It's a really interesting card. I like this one. Not sure if I want to build it as a commander deck, but I've definitely got a deck or two that might use it. And then the land card is a cave here, which is Hidden Volcano. So there's a cycle of cave cards that are 1 of each colour, and then you can pay 4 and one of the colours to tap and sack it to discover 4. Really handy utility land, in my opinion. Right, I'm just going to sort these into piles quickly. One issue that I have had with the set is that it's really hard to tell the difference between common and uncommon cards. The set logo isn't great for that, but it's still a really great set in my opinion. I mean, it's probably is it probably the best set of the year? I don't know actually. Was Kamigawa this year? I can't remember. But it's definitely up there as one of the best sets of the year, in my opinion. So this is the second draft pack, and we've got a Water Wind Scout. Cosmium Blast. This is another one I had in my deck. Managed to get 2 copies of it in there in the end, but it's 1 and a white. For an instant, it deals 4 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. There's various versions of this card throughout Magic's history, but this is the Ixalan version, and yeah, it definitely does its work. Another Chance. Armoured Kin Caller. Seismic Monstrosaur. Disruptor Wanderglyph. Another family reunion. Sunshot Militia even. Quicksand Whirlpool. Jade Seedstones. Rune Lurker Bat. Oh, and then we've got a legendary merfolk here. Nick Antil Current Conductor. Green and a blue for a 2/2 merfolk scout. Whenever a creature you control explores a land card, you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. Whenever a creature you control explores a non-land card. Put a +1/+1 counter on a Nick Anzil current conductor. Oh, then we've got a thrashing Brontodon full art. A very classic dinosaur. 1 and 2 green for a 3/4 dinosaur that you can pay 1 and sacrifice it to destroy target in artifact or enchantment. Great card, that. Oh, and then we've got a mythic as well. So the Enigma Jewel. 1 blue mana for a legendary artifact. You can tap it to add 2 colourless. Spend this mana only to activate abilities, and you can craft with 4 or more non-land permanents with activated abilities for 8 and a blue. And it becomes Locus of Enlightenment, which is a legendary artifact. It has each activated ability of the exile cards used to craft it, and you may activate each of those abilities only once each turn. And whenever you activate an ability that isn't a mallet ability, copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy. So, quite good in certain builds, probably. And then we got a map token and a full art swamp. And yeah, this is the 3rd draft pack. So pretty happy with Mythic. I'm not sure if I have a deck for it, but it might go in the Doctor Who timey-wimey deck. I'm not sure yet. I need to find out how many activated abilities I've got in that deck. Atali's Favour. That's another card that was really good in the draft. So it's 2 and a red for an aura. Enchant creature you control. When it enters, you discover 3, and the enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has trample. So yeah, I think that's a really good for a common. River Herald Scout. There's something. Oh, I've got punch-out cards at the back. I was thinking, why is it so weird at the back? But I don't have a token this time. Miner's Guidewing. I had this in my deck for the draft as well. It's 1 white for a 1/1 bird with flying and vigilance. And when it dies, target creature you control explores. Really good card. Join the Dead. Basking Capybara. Panicked Ultisaur. So this is another strong card in my opinion. 4 and a red for a 4/5 dinosaur with reach, and you can tap it to deal 2 damage to each opponent. I'm actually going to put this in my mono red deck because this is quite a good card. Fungal Fortitude. Malmet Brawler. Oaken Siren. Idol of the Deep King. Sorry, that's an uncommon. See what I mean with the set symbol though? Glimpse the Core. Gold Fury Strider. And Captain Storm Cosmium Raider. Blue and a red for a 2/2 human pirate. Whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on target pirate you control. And the rare is Akal Palkal, First Among Equals. 2 and a blue for a 1/5 human advisor. At the beginning of each player's end step, if an artifact enters the battlefield under your control this turn, look at the top 2 cards of your library. Put one of them into your hand and the other into your graveyard. If I'm honest, I think that's probably the worst rare in the set, but might have its uses, I don't know. And then we've got a cave hidden necropolis. So that was the first of the draft packs, so all three of those. Next, I'm going to move on to the set booster. In these you do have the chance of getting the Jurassic Park card, so although I think it's like a 1 in 8 chance to get one, so we'll see how we do. I wish they would give set boosters out as prizes at events, but they don't. Unfortunately, it's draft only at my LGS. Got an art card there. Promising Vein. Malamet Veteran. Sunshot Militia. Attentive Sunscribe. This is another one that I had in my draft. So for 1 and a white, you get a 2/2 artifact gnome. And when it becomes tapped, you scry 1. So whenever it attacks, it scries 1. And there's actually some other cards that want you to tap artifacts or creatures. So you can use this to tap it and scry 1 as well. It was a really good value engine. Hunter's Blowgun. Adaptive gem guard, so there you go, this is one of the ones that likes to tap other things. So for 3 and a white, you get a 3/3 artifact gnome, and you can tap 2 untapped artifacts and or creatures you control to put a +1/+1 counter on this creature, and you can only activate it as a sorcery. So this was one of the cards I had in the deck as well, and it was an absolute powerhouse. Earthshaker Dreadmore. This was really good if you drafted dinos, because essentially when it enters you draw a card for each other dinosaur you control. So for 6 mana you could draw a lot of cards and get a 6/6 Trampler. Itzyquinth, Firstborn of Gishath. Red and a green for a 2/3 legendary dinosaur with haste. When it enters the battlefield, you may pay 2. When you do, target dinosaur you control deals damage equal to its power to another target creature. Dreadmore's Ire. Caslim Stone Tree. Oh wow. Yeah, that's an amazing hit. Cavern of Souls. It's one of the most expensive cards in the set. And when it enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. It taps for colourless, or you can add 1 mana of any colour. Spend this mana only to cast a creature spell of the chosen type, and that spell can't be countered. So wow, that's a hit and a half, that is. And then we've got a foil Odlek Archaeologist, which is another card I had in the deck actually. This is another interesting one. 4 and a white for a 4/4 Human Artificer Scout. And when it enters the battlefield, you choose 1. Return target artifact card from your graveyard to hand, or scry 3. So it was really good at getting the artifacts that I'd lost out of the graveyard back into hand to cast again. And then some more counters. Right, so actually I should put Cavern of Souls there really. So these are the last 2 packs to open. Really excited for these, as they can have some real good value in them. So I should be able to, actually, I think I'm going to cut them and just be super careful because it's only 1 card in there. So very easy to miss. So this is the first card. Chromatic Ori, okay, I'll take that. I mean, it's not the best hit, but it's a super useful card for Commander. It's a 7 mana legendary artifact. You may spend mana as though it were mana of any colour, and you can tap it to add 5 colourless, or you can pay 5 and tap it to draw a card for each colour among permanents you control. So, really good for a 5 colour deck. Really good. And then the last treasure trove pack. So, here we go. Yeah, face down. So, last card is another Chromatic Ori, okay? I mean, I'm not upset about that at all. It's a super useful artifact in Commander, so more than happy to get a second copy of that. But I won't read through what it does again, because we've already done that once. But yeah, I've been Foamy ASMR. I want to thank you for watching this video. I'm really enjoying the Lost Caverns of Ixalan. It's a really refreshing Magic the Gathering set. I don't think I've been this excited for a set since Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. Yeah, if you leave a comment below, I'll get back to you. And if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. And I'll see you in the next video.